Hi everyone, I hope you're all really well. And hello to anybody that is new. I am Sophie Hannah and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about weddings, which is so exciting. I cannot believe I'm getting married this year. It's ridiculous. I haven't spoken to you guys about my wedding for a while, so I thought I would film a video about wedding planning and how to start. I don't know if there's any bride-to-bees out there, or I mean everyone is pretty into weddings, I assume. If you're getting to the age that you kind of want to get married, everyone loves a wedding. I'm going to talk to you about how I got started planning and then kind of progress to where I am now. So let's go back to the start. Robin and I got engaged last year in April 2017, and as soon as we got engaged I was like, oh my god, I can start wedding planning. It's so exciting. Robin was like, what? I thought this would shut you up. I was like, no, you've basically like given me the opportunity to get started. You've given me the say so. So I started a Pinterest board and I started pinning everything, which was probably not a good idea. So me and Robin actually sat down and kind of just discussed what we wanted to do, which I think was the best thing to start with. So I would really advise sitting down with your fiance and kind of just figuring out what you want to do. Like, do you want to get married abroad? Do you want to get married on a beach? Do you want to get married in London or in a city or in a barn, in a field? Do you want a festival wedding? Like, I think the best thing to do is kind of brainstorm and put all your ideas out, because both of you are going to have different ideas probably. If you don't have different ideas and they're the same, great, because it's going to be a lot easier for you. But then you can kind of pick elements from each of your ideas and kind of just merge this day that is all about you guys, which is amazing really. So we figured out what we wanted to do, and we decided that we were going to get married in the UK. We were going to do it in Essex because we didn't want people to travel far, and we wanted everyone to be able to be there. And yeah, so that's kind of what we decided on. And then the next step was deciding a date, a venue and the ceremony. So we actually didn't want to get married in a church to start with, just because a lot of the churches in Essex, like in our area, are quite small, they're very dark, and I just don't really like that kind of vibe or the setting or the atmosphere. So yeah, so we didn't want to get married in a church, so we started looking at venues, the way you could get married there. And yeah, to be honest, we didn't have much luck. What we wanted to do was, we kind of wanted somewhere which was a bit quirky, maybe somewhere which was a bit sort of a warehousey vibe, which we could really like dress up. I think that was kind of our idea, more of an industrial kind of setting. Now, finding a venue was so hard, but we actually weirdly found this barn, which is in the village that I grew up in, literally around the corner from my mum's house. And it's in someone's garden. It's a huge barn, and the roof of the barn is like that metal kind of roof that goes like that. I don't know what to call it, but it kind of has that warehousey kind of feel, concrete floor. Yeah, it was literally, we walked in and we looked at each other like, this is the one. Like, it was perfect. And then the ceremony, Robin's mum actually lives in a little village called Coggeshall, and she mentioned the church there was beautiful, so we went there to have a look, and oh my god, it's amazing. So back in the war, I think the church got ruined, so the whole village channeled all of their money into the church and they made it into this amazing building. It's got really high ceilings, it's got amazing stained glass windows, it's so bright and light and airy. And yeah, as soon as I walked in I was like, right, I love this venue. And plus our parents both got married in churches as well, so it kind of keeps that little bit of tradition in the family to kind of follow that. So yes, we decided on a church and then the barn, and luckily we decided on church because at the barn you couldn't actually legally get married there, and I wanted to do everything on the same day. I personally don't like having to do one thing a week before, and then it just felt a bit odd. So yeah, so we decided on the venue, the ceremony, and we were going to set a date. And I wanted to get married in 2018. Robin wanted to wait another year, but I said I'd always had in my head that I wanted to get married on the day my dad died, which is June the 9th. And June the 9th, 2018 fell on a Saturday. So to me, I was like, it kind of just worked out perfectly and it felt a bit like fate. So yeah, I twisted his arm and we set the date, and the church and the venue had that date free, which was perfect. So it was meant to be. The next important thing to do is to set a budget. Now, everyone's budgets are going to be completely different. You might not have a great budget, you might have a huge budget, you might have parents that are giving you all the money, that are paying for it. So whatever your circumstance, it's just great to set a budget so you can work towards it, and then you can negotiate with suppliers moving forward and things like that. So yeah, set a budget, because then at least you've got a bit of a leeway to go over or under, and just something to work around. Next comes the exciting part, and also the most fun, is research. So go on Pinterest, go on Instagram. Instagram have got that thing now where you can save to a collection, and so just create a wedding collection, yeah, and just pin the shit out of wedding images. Excuse my language. I literally pinned so many things and so many ideas, but it was because I didn't really know what type of like theme we wanted. But actually doing Pinterest and everything, afterwards I went back and I looked at all the pictures, and I just said, Robin, look, there's a theme here. The theme is cactuses, the theme is California, the theme is Palm Springs. Like, that's a place that we both love. So it kind of just made sense to do that. And I know a lot of you probably think, oh my god, she's gonna have glitter and mermaids everywhere, but that's me, and this wedding is about us as a couple, and I don't want it to just all be about me. And I wanted to kind of theme it along the lines of both what me and Robin want and we like, and our personalities. And it just so happened that, you know, we love cactuses. People that know us know we love cactuses, and it just made sense, so that was the theme. So Pinterest and Instagram really helped deciding on a theme. You know, you might want to theme it around like a film or Disney or something, but that's totally up to you and your personality as a couple. But yeah, that's kind of what we went with, and it just really helped us decide. Next thing we did was we wrote a guest list, which was pretty easy, to be honest. We kind of focused on family first, then we did really close friends, then we did kind of people that we chat to but maybe we only see a few times a year. And yeah, we kind of just built this massive guest list, and then we kind of split people into the day and into the evening. We kind of want everyone there in the day for the whole thing, and with our budget we can do that. So yeah, so doing the guest list was pretty easy. The next thing I did, because I already knew a theme from Pinterest and everything, I started to design our wedding invitations, because we'd set a date, so I didn't see the point in sending out a save to date. Obviously, if your wedding is 2 years in advance, then send out a save the date. That's a great idea. But because we'd set a date already, I thought, what's the point in me paying for printing for save the date and printing for an invitation? I may as well just send the invite out. So yeah, so I decided designing the invites, which I've got a blog post on the wedding invitations, so I'll pop a link below if you want to see. They're really cute and they're cactus themed. I was lucky because I know how to use Photoshop, so I just designed them myself. But there's some great wedding invitations on papier.com and many other websites. If you just Google like wedding invitations, loads will come up, and there's so many templates that you can just jiggle about and put your information in. The next and probably most important thing is wedding insurance. Now, I didn't really know anything about this until I was kind of going through my wedding list, and yeah, someone was like, you need to get wedding insurance. So I can't remember where I got it from. It might be John Lewis. But I just got wedding insurance. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was about £80 or £100. You basically get it according to what sort of budget you're working towards. And it's just a good thing to have, because if a supplier pulls out on the day and you've already paid them or paid a deposit, you know, you get some of your money back, or all of it back, I'm not sure. There's obviously like T's and C's, so just look into it. But yeah, please get wedding insurance. Next thing we organised was the wedding party. So just deciding on bridesmaids and ushers and your best man, and yeah, just people like that really, who you're going to invite to your hen weekend, your stag do. So we kind of figured that out. It was pretty easy to do. Robin, I let him sort out his side, and I chose my sisters and Robin's sister for my bridesmaids, and then I basically invited like a massive group of girls for my hen weekend, which they're sorting now. Then you can move on to researching suppliers and start booking in, you know, your catering company, your photographer, your videographer, your florist, your transport, you know, wedding cards. You need to supply transport for your guests, wedding cake. Maybe you want to get a wedding coordinator. The list is endless. There's so many different things, but those are the big things that you need to book ideally 12, maybe like 8 to 12 months before, maybe even 10 to 12 months before, because honestly people book things so far in advance. So I would totally recommend booking these big things as soon as you can, really, as soon as you can. And another good thing to do is when you're deciding on your suppliers and you're emailing, you're paying deposits and things like that, is to start up a spreadsheet. So I just went on to Excel, I set up a spreadsheet, I put in like what the element of the wedding was, you know, venue, catering, transport, cake, all of those different things. Then I put in the supplier's name, I put in how many people they're supplying, whether it's just like, obviously it's a cake, so it's just the cake, and la 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 la, you know, catering, how much food they're gonna for each person. And then I put in the price of it all, the deposit, who I was contacting from that supplier. It just keeps it all in one place for you to work from and update as you go along. So honestly, spreadsheet, really easy. Or you can get a wedding planner like this one from Rock and Roll Bride, which is super cute and I absolutely love it. I started writing in it the other day. It's got a calendar and a timeline. There's like nitty gritty bits. So like choosing a dress, there's like information on choosing a dress. There is somewhere where you can write your ceremony, checklists, DIY project planner. There's just honestly so much in here. I'll pop a link below if you're interested in purchasing that. So after doing the supplies and everything and knowing the day, I then sent out my invitations, and I actually set up a website on gettingmarried.co.uk. It's a free website, and yeah, I just thought it was a really easy thing to do and a good way of getting everybody's RSVPs. And I put all of the information on there because I didn't want to pay loads of money for, like, some people have wedding invites which have sort of 4 pages to the wedding invitation. It just costs a lot of money. I just did one which was double-sided, and then I had the wedding website which I put a link on the invitation, and I put a little slip in the invite as well, which was a password to RSVP with for day guests and evening guests. And yeah, had information on there like taxis, hotels, transport. Everything was on there for all my guests to go and look at and update themselves rather than having to message me, and obviously rather than having to pay loads of money to fork out for like a 4-page invitation. So yeah, gettingmarried.co.uk, and it's free, super good. Go and check that out if you are getting married. So yeah, and then I sent out my invitations and people RSVP via the website. Also set up another spreadsheet where I put everyone's name for the day and the evening, and then whether they said yes, whether they said no, if they have got any allergies, da da da. I kept it all in a spreadsheet, another spreadsheet which was linked to my spreadsheet of the suppliers, so it's all in the same one. Next was a really fun part. I went dress shopping. Now I would ideally do dress shopping 6 to 10 months before the wedding. I know that sounds really far in advance, but my dress, for example, takes 6 to 10 months to make. Other dresses take the same, take longer. You know, unless you don't mind getting a dress off the rack, maybe if you want to lose some weight, just to build up your confidence, whatever you want to do, yeah, you need to get a dress ideally, you know, 6 to 10 months before. I went dress shopping in London, and I've got a wedding dress shopping video on my YouTube, so I'll pop a link below if you want to watch that. Then after my dress shopping, I looked for my bridesmaids. I did this far in advance, but it's only because I kind of just wanted to figure out what colour I wanted them to be in, send them a couple of options for ideas on shapes and styles, just to get an idea of when I would actually look. And then luckily I was gifted some bridesmaids dresses, which is so nice, from Jarlow London. I'll pop a link below if you're interested in checking them out. They've got really super cute dresses on there, and they're really affordable. And they gifted me 4. And yeah, I'm going to film a video about the bridesmaids dresses in a few months time, because I want to show you what they are, and they're going to get fitted as well. And yeah, so sort out the bridesmaids dresses sooner rather than later, just so you can get an idea. And if you are worried about them changing size, you can always get a size up and just get it fitted and taken in. Then about 6 months before, I started emailing hairstylists, and obviously if you want a makeup artist, email them. My sister is doing everybody's makeup, and me and her are kind of going to do mine together. So the makeup artist was already sorted. Hairstylist, I have sourced one, and yeah, I'm going to talk about that in another video though. Then other things that we did, we've got our rings. We started booking props and decor, so hiring things like vintage seating, extra tables and chairs for different parts of the venue depending on like what your venue's like, maybe hiring a photo booth, you know, all those different things and different elements. We've gone for dry hire, so the barn literally is empty and we have to bring everything in. That's why I've kind of got probably a lot more props and decor than the normal person would get if they're hiring an actual venue where they've got the tables and the chairs and different things and elements already there. Another thing I had to source was staff, so I organised bar staff and booked tableware, so I need to dress the table, so I dressed them with a company called Classic Crockery Hire, and I've booked like plates and glasses and blah 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 and all that jazz. So yeah, so do that at least sort of 6 to 7 months before. And then yeah, that brings me up to date actually. That's pretty much everything I've done so far. To be honest, it's pretty much everything. The only other things that I need to do is sort Robin's suit out, but we've booked to go to London in a few weeks time to sort that out. The ushers, the honeymoon, we need to get our bands read at our parish church to be able to get married in Robin's mum's village church because they're different churches. Alcohol we need more decor, so obviously cactuses, we need to go to IKEA and get loads of cactuses and maybe like plant pots and different things like candlesticks and things for the table. We need to figure out the order of our church service. We're actually going to the Coggeshall church in a few weeks to chat to them about the day and they can fill us in about what we need to do. And yeah, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's more things I need to do, but I'll probably do another update, maybe in a vlog or an update video for you guys closer to the time once I've kind of figured everything out. But yeah, I really hope this video's helped you and given you a good idea of how to wedding plan, where to start, and useful tips like the spreadsheet, setting up a website and things like that. So yeah, really hope you enjoyed watching it. And if you want to know any other things about weddings or anything, then just comment below. I've got lots of blog posts, so I'll pop them below as well, on choosing my videographer, photographer, and I've actually introduced them and revealed them in the blog post as well, so do check those out. Anything else? Oh, don't forget to subscribe, click the little button here in the corner, and yeah, I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching, peace out.